What is happening, y'all? Welcome to a very, very special stream. So, we are going to be talking about Elden Ring. Now, I can't bring you any new footage until Friday. We're going to be looking. This is my own footage. I also have some footage from Lance and from Maddie, and that's just going to be running around in the background. But the focus of this stream is pretty much just to give y'all a chance to ask questions. The last few days have been very, it's been hard, man. Have not been able to talk at all about the game. Have not been able to share my thoughts. The embargo is down. I finally have permission to talk about everything. And I feel like I covered a lot of it in the video, but anyway, we are going to dive deep in. There have been talks on PC specs. Yes, PC specs are out. Arcane stat is for certain spells. It has to do with both incantations and sorceries. It's like a crosscast, but there wasn't anything like that in the network test, so we don't have hands-on experience with Arcane. Iframe and roll similar to Dark Souls 3. Yes, you also get iframes when you jump as well, which is pretty funny. I mean, you can dodge something with a well-timed jump. We'll be dropping proper content. I don't know what you mean by proper content. How big would this be? Fucking big. Our stealth kills instant kill on all enemies. So stealth kills are essentially just backstabs. You can sneak up behind something and get a free backstab. It's not like Sekiro where you're getting like instant kill death blows. So keep that in mind. Anyhow, how large the map is? Fucking huge. How many bosses there in the network test? Like 8 or 9. Power stance is just natural. So the way power stance works now is as long as you have 2 weapons of the same type, meaning 2 axes, 2 katanas, 2 long swords. I mean, and they don't have to be like exactly the same katana, but they both need to be, weapon type katana. You just equip one in each hand, and then you hit L1, and you get rolling attacks and backstab attacks and dodging attacks, and you can just mash L1 and go through your whole double thing. So really, really cool. So we get 5 3-hour sessions for the network test. Do you suggest picking one class for all of it or switching it up? I mean, that's up to you. I do have a video coming that will take a look at all the starter classes. That'll go live pretty much right when the network test goes up. So that'll give you an idea of what to choose from. I would say pick one, because honestly, there's so much fucking content in this network test. There's so much content. It is insane. This is like easily the biggest demo of a game I've ever experienced, and I mean of any game ever. It's ridiculous. You could if you nailed every single time the network test went live, if you started playing, I still don't think you'd be able to get through everything that's in this test. It's that big. How would you compare difficulty to other Souls games? The same. It's exactly what you'd expect. Do you think this would be hard for someone who's never played a Souls game? No, play it. They're easy to learn. Souls games are all about patience. They're only hard because people think they can just spam buttons and win. When you lock onto an enemy, can you quick dodge like in Bloodborne? So your typical dodge is Souls. There is a Bloodborne dodge. We didn't have it in the network test. I don't know if it's a flask effect or a Ash of War, but I do know there's Bloodborne dodging in the game. Yes, there's scythe weapons. No, you cannot swim. So you will die going into deep water, unfortunately. The Holy Ground thing, that improves defense as well as heals. You can see I'm trying out the dual wield right now. God, there's so many comments. I'm trying to keep up. How's performance been on PS5? PS5 has been smooth. Lance McDonald did. I have a link to Lance's channel in the video description. He tested performance on like the base launch PS4 and I think the PS4 Pro as well. So if you want to see older performance, check that. On the PS5, everything was smooth. I didn't have any issues. I played in frame rate mode, but it was, you know, it was gravy smooth for me the whole time. Do you have any critiques? Like things wrong with it? Faith feels really strong, like too strong. The initial Faith spell absolutely claps everything. And I think that needs to get nerfed a little bit. And in comparison, I feel sorceries felt kind of weaker. So I think there needs to be a little bit balancing. And I think like this spell that you see me using right now absolutely fucks everything. I was killing mini bosses using it like 3 times. It shreds. Do sleep arrows work from all angles? Not sure. I didn't test those. What is that yellow ring spell? Oh, it's a weapon art. It's the heal aura thing on the shield. I have 2 questions. Can you swim? No. What kind of interactions do you have with the horse? Nothing. You mount the horse, you do combat on the horse, you jump off the horse, that's it. And you parry a counter. I don't know, to be honest. We didn't test that. We summon spirit of any creature, not bosses. So in the network test, there's 5 different summons. All the summons that we found were based on just things in the world. So I don't know exactly how many are going to be in the game, but there were quite a lot. Favorite starting class, Prophet. How many bosses do you expect in the full game? Well over 100. Favorite boss fight yet? I don't want to spoil it. I'll let y'all experience it. How high can you jump off? So in the open world, you can jump really high. I guess the best way to think about it is in the Dark Souls 3 DLC, where like you need to just jump and land on that ash pit. You can jump from heights like that without taking damage. There is still a critical height where if you go from way too high, you will still fall and die. But you can fall really far in the open world without taking damage. We're talking like 30 feet, probably, at least, maybe more. You think replay value? Yes, by far. How the counterattack works. So the counterattack now, and I think I actually had, there's near the start of the video, I had the counterattack. Hang on. Let me find it. So the way the counterattack works is you block, and then immediately after blocking, you hit your heavy attack button. And what'll happen is your character will basically stop the attack and then follow up with an attack that does very, very heavy stagger. Now, the stagger isn't exactly like Sekiro, but there is like a hidden stagger in the game. So right there, see how it knocks him down? And then while he's down, I'm able to go straight into my critical. Now, that knockdown isn't going to happen every time you do it, especially on stronger enemies. But every enemy does have some type of stagger meter. Like, take this guy. We just hit him hard enough that he fell down and we got the attack. Very similar to Bloodborne, where it's like you get that charged hit on the back. Somebody's going to get knocked down their ass and you can mess them up. Ever find an ultra? There was no ultras in the stuff. Are all enemies affected by sleep? Did not test sleep. Don't know. What's your take on summons? I absolutely love the summons. Summons give you an extra body in fights, whether you're playing as melee or a caster. It's just like because they're not going to kill bosses on their own. They're going to get wiped out. But it's almost similar to what I have going on right now with the Dark Souls 3 mod. Like, I'm going to put that summon up. It's going to do a little bit of damage. It's going to distract that boss for maybe 20 seconds. And I'm going to do as much fucking damage as I can in that 20-second window. So I really like the summons. Does Bloody Wolf have magic? No, but it has some fun weapon arts. How many build options? Endless. Do the NPCs have decent quests? There weren't any. Well, there were a couple NPC quests, but they seem, I mean, it's what you'd expect for Souls. People gotta understand the game hasn't gotten any easier, just gotten better at the formula. Yeah, no, it is not. It is not in any way easier than Souls or Bloodborne or any of those games. You will absolutely get bent over and fucked like an unwilling schoolgirl going to prom that didn't want to, but she felt like she had to because of peer pressure. You're gonna get fucked real hard like that in this game. Guarantee it. What do you think of the pace in the combat? Is it speedy like Bloodborne or slow? Close. It's basically Dark Souls 3. It's Dark Souls 3. Was there anything you didn't cover in the video earlier today? Yes, a ton of shit. So I have a bunch of stuff coming up. Friday, the first video, which I can share exact embargo times. So the Friday embargo comes down at 3 a.m. Pacific. I have my videos scheduled out, so there's going to be one at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. First is going to be a starter class overview. It'll look at all the starter classes, what weapons they have, what spells they have, what armor they have, how their playstyle is. Then I will have a video that takes a look at all of the spells and summons in the game. Obviously in the network test, but right now there are 5 summons, 11 incantations, and then 7 sorceries. So the video showcases all of that. Then I have a 30-minute long video that's like 15 minutes of co-op with Rurikon, and then like 15 minutes of PvP with like Prod and Rurikon and Peeve and Pineapple and a bunch of other Souls guys. Then I have a 1 hour long video that's just me going from like the beginning towards like the end, like what is basically the network test, you know, killing the main boss. And then I have another hour after that that'll just be me roaming around the map. So it's just an hour of free roaming, fighting bosses, going in dungeons, doing all the side content shit. How's the interaction with the waifu? Pretty limited so far. This is going to be the new series of games like Souls. I think this is going to be a one-off. I doubt they'll make it a series. This seems like it was a ton of work. Let me summon spirit, any creature. With the summon, you get 1 per grace. So when you rest at the bonfire and you use a summon, if that summon dies, you don't get another summon until you rest at the bonfire again. Are there any traversal items, mechanics, like the Sekiro stuff? No, but you can free travel, you can fast travel around the map. As long as you're not in combat, you can travel from anywhere in the open world to any grace that you've been. Graces are the new bonfires. I get to play tomorrow. Can you give me a rough idea where the twin blade is found? Let me see if I... Oh, hang on. I just saw the map. No, that was the map. I can show you exactly where the twin blade is found. I can find that fucking map again. Where was it? Hang on. It was right around here. Hang on. Give me that. Okay. All right. So the game starts. You're going to be right over here, like near this little cave thing. This is where the first merchant is. The twin blade is in the very first cave, which is right here. So from your starting cave, you just kind of head north. You'll find a church with a merchant. After you find that merchant, just head north more, and you'll be in a little cave that has wolves, and you can get the twin blade in the cave with the wolves. It's really fun. With open world out, are there more AoE spells? Yeah, there's some fucking crazy AoE. There's some spells that are so big on AoE, they just like miss enemies. You'll see that in the magic showcase. Would you go Faith or Int for a hybrid? Right now, I go Faith. I plan on going like a Faith Dex class at launch. It seems like it'll be really strong. Why magic OP? Faith is OP in particular. It hits really fucking hard right now. I think it'll get nerfed. How many weapons are we getting? Probably pretty much everything. I mean, I don't think we'll see some of the more unique shit like the chicken leg. But you know, if there's a weapon type in Souls, it's going to be in this game. Can I play in all the sessions? Yes, if you stay awake through all of them. When I said it would go public, will everyone get a chance to test it out? No, if you didn't get picked, you're not playing it. It's public, but it's still invite only. Oh fuck, chat just like fast forwarded through like a shitload of comments. How would you rate the network test? 11. Is the game hard to run in the open world? Nah, it was fucking gravy smooth. It's impossible to finish the network test. Oh no, yeah, you can finish it. No, your data doesn't carry over. I may feel free to redo your comment if I missed it. There's like a billion right now. Why not play shooter? No, go away. Anything you didn't like about the game? Any reference to Moonlight? Moonlight wasn't in the network test. Only thing I didn't like is I just think spells need to be balanced. Like, I liked the spell. It was badass, but it was way too strong. The one spell I was using was way too fucking strong. Is co-op more accessible? Yes. Multiplayer has been revamped. It's super easy now. How's the open feel? Live and vivid or dead as other? No, it's alive. I mean, like, there's shit you can hunt in the world. There's like goofy NPCs you can interact with. There's like there, for example, up in the hills, there's this fucking, like, you're just riding around on your horse and you ride by a statue, and then the statue rises from the fucking ground, and it's this massive armored giant that you need to fight. Or you're riding around the world and you ride up on some dudes and a giant fucking dragon just swoops down and decides you're gonna be its bitch. There's all kinds of badass shit in the open world. Can it run smoothly in Xbox One? Didn't test that, but probably. How many Estus? In the demo, you get 4, and that's between your regular and your healing. And yes, in multiplayer, there are no health nerfs. You know, same with PvP. Your health and your damage doesn't get nerfed like Bloodborne. You do get your Estus flasks cut in half. How's the emote spam potential? I mean, it's about the same. We haven't found point down yet, but you know, it's what you'd expect. Does power stancing require additional stat investment? No. Controller gestures can be customized? Yes, and removed. Stamina matter in combat? Yes. Did you try power stancing 2 great swords? Yes. Can someone be desummoned? Yes. How are your thoughts on the game? I want to touch myself to it. Is it 4v2? So far, it's only 4 people total in the world. I think that might get expanded, but in the network test, it was either like you and a co-op buddy versus 2 invaders, or you and 2 buddies versus 1 invader. It was limited to 4. Is there still no pause feature? No, there is no pause feature. Any circumstances where you can't summon friends for multiplayer? If you have a spirit summon up, you can't use multiplayer. And similarly, you can't use them in multiplayer. But I haven't found any areas that were multiplayer locked. How does leveling work? Is it from any bonfire? Yes. Have you found intense difficulty with bosses? A couple. How does fast travel work when invaded? It doesn't. It doesn't. You kill that guy. I mean, you can't fast travel when you're in co-op anyway. You also can't summon your horse. So if you're a multiplayer, no fast travel, no horse. Are there rings in the game or something similar? We have these like talismans now that have replaced rings. I think we have 2. Yes, power stancing is actually backed. PvP feels a lot like Dark Souls 3. The chat keeps scrolling. What are the twin blades? It's a twin blade. I can't show you them. This is separate footage. I think oh, chat just dropped. No, you don't get passive FP regen. That's never been a thing. How do you think invading and co-op will be handled in the open world? You actually, the host is shown on your compass. So whether you're doing co-op or whether you're doing co-op or you're doing you know, PvP, you can find the host. Wait, why did you ban that person? He was just asking questions. No, never mind. Different person. I don't know why you banned that person, but whatever, fuck him. Do armors or set pieces of armor bonuses? No. Can you swim? No. No customizing your armor. Find an NPCs? Yes. How do you know where to go? Because I played a lot. I mean, you just wander the world and you find shit. The Grace also tells you. How does invading and co-op handle? Or oh yeah, so there was an invasion event, like an NPC invasion, where it invaded and it kicked me off my horse. I'm not sure how a regular invasion works if you're on your horse though. Yes, there's weapon arts. After you kill a boss, yes, your buddy gets unsummoned. Doesn't matter whether it's a little dungeon boss or a real boss. If you do any, as soon as a boss dies, your co-op partner gets booted. The servers are offline, that's why you can't join. Was netcode and hit registration good? I thought it was pretty good. Is there any new jump mechanics? Can you attack while jumping? Yes, you have a light and a heavy attack while jumping. Is the map going to be bigger? Is that the final map? Bro, this is like the equivalent of like Undead Settlement. This isn't even fucking 5% of the game. Is there any disguise spells? No idea. There weren't any in the network test. Did Estus cancel carry over? That's like a peeve question. Would have a limit to how much you can carry. I didn't check carry weight, but I don't believe so. Can your horse die in combat? I mean, it dies in the sense that you can resummon it. You have to spend a Estus flask to resummon your horse, but yes, it can die. I mean, you never like lose it permanently. Network test runs through the weekend. Your memory slots hold anything other than spells, and no. Jumping feels smooth and natural. Yes, it feels exactly like Sekiro jumping. Does armor mean something? I guess I found a pretty big difference going from like cloth boy to hefty shit. Open world closer to Breath of the Wild or Skyrim? Neither. Closer to like Dragon's Dogma. Have you tried all classes? Yes, Prophet was my favorite. If you kill boss of an area, can you still get invaded? I believe you can, but only if you use Bloody Finger. So let's talk about invasions, because invasions are really different now. So let me go to the, I had the multiplayer items up on the thing in the video at some point. Where were we talking about multiplayer? That looked like it right there. Yeah, okay. So let's talk multiplayer. Multiplayer has changed a lot. I think it is fantastic. So pause the questions while we talk about this. So in the world, initially, there is no multiplayer. You cannot be invaded while you're playing by yourself, ever. So if you're the type of person that doesn't want to deal with invasions, it's not like, you know, when you popped an Ember in Dark Souls 3 and you had more health, but now you could be invaded. If you are just playing, you cannot be invaded. When you use that thing that's highlighted, the Tarnished Furled Finger, this basically turns on the multiplayer. It's like a multiplayer switch. Once that is on, you can then see red signs or you can see gold signs, either for PvP or co-op. Until you have somebody in your world and you're doing co-op, you are not considered a target for invasion. However, there's a couple of different things. So you have your gold finger. This will put down a sign that says, you know, hey, pick me up, I'm by the tree. This is the effigy. The effigies are cool. There's effigies throughout the world that are like near bosses. And when you use this, it's going to send your gold sign to every single effigy you've activated. So basically, you pop a button and your sign gets sent to like 20 different spots in the world, and you can co-op with, you know, whoever summons you. So it's kind of like a boss roulette almost. Same thing with this. You can be like, yeah, meet me here, you fucking nerd, let's duel. Drop your red sign. Or if you just have a boner for PvP, you pop this and it sends your red sign to every single thing in the world. The Bloody Finger is used to invade. That much is obvious. This is the tongue. The tongue is, it lets you get invaded more. So if you're playing solo, but you want to be invaded, you can pop the tongue, and that will, I thought it was just to pull your nearest. That's what I thought as well, but Peven was doing some testing, and he seems to think it's global, which is really cool. The tongue just opens you up to invasions. So if you have the tongue on, you can be invaded, even if you're playing by yourself. The blue ring just makes you a blue. You just activate it. If somebody's playing and they get invaded, you can get sucked into that world to defend them. The white ring is a, it's just like the white ring in Dark Souls 2. If you have this on, so let's say player 1 and player 2 suck ass at Souls games, but they want to play together. They hate invaders, but they want to play together. So player 1 is going to pop this. He's going to pick up player 2's sign from this. Player 1 is going to turn this on. When player 1 gets invaded, somebody else that has the blue ring will be able to jump into the world and protect player 1's scrub ass. So this just protects you while you're invaded. And last but not least, probably the coolest thing. So when you invade, you get something called a phantom finger. The way the phantom finger works is, as an invader, if you pop the phantom finger, it warps you away. So it warps you still close. You're still going to be nearby. But like, let's say you jump into a world and immediately you have 3 dudes that are trying to gank you in a corner or some shit. You pop the phantom finger, whoosh, you vanish into fucking smoke and reappear somewhere else like 50 meters nearby. And then, you know, heal up and sneak up and get ready to re-engage. So invaders can be fucking shifty now because they basically have like get out of jail free cards while they're doing invasions, which is super cool because it means people that are just being like fucking super dickhead gankers that are like hiding at a spot waiting to kill invaders. Invaders are like, yeah, fucking yeet, I'm gone, bitch, and now I'm gonna wait for my chance to strike. So really, really cool stuff. All right, let's go back to some questions. How the multiplayer works? You still doing PS5? Probably. I mean, I think the majority of the Souls community is a PlayStation community. Someone was saying that it's crossplay. I don't know if that's confirmed, but I'll probably do PS5 at launch and then maybe PC for the walkthrough itself. Some examples of faith abilities. There's some spicy faith shit. I don't know if I mean, there's somewhere in this video, but there's like one thing where like you drag a claw across the ground, and like it's called beast claw. So you're just like dragging this claw across the ground and fucking shit up. So actually, well, let me rewind. So there are two schools now. There are two schools. We have incantations and we have sorceries. Sorceries is going to include regular sorceries, dark sorceries, and blood magic. Incantations includes miracles, pyromancy, and then unique spells, like dragon-specific spells. What is mine? Mine is FP. So, as for miracles, the miracles in the game, there was, like some heal stuff. There was a turn undead thing that would just absolutely fuck up undead guys. You had Beast Claw, which was badass. And then you had the pyromancy stuff and the dragon stuff. So, is there a health regen like Bloodborne? No, the health regen on hit did not make a return. Our strength build's still good, yes. How do field bosses work? I mean, you can do some cheesy shit, like try and run away from the field bosses, but like right here, right at the start of the network test, there's this horse bro right here that'll fight you. And if you try to run into this fucking church, he'll start breaking the church down until a wall collapses, and then he'll come around into the church and beat your ass. So like, you can try and do some cheesy ass shit in the open world, and if you want, you can just get on your horse and get the fuck out, like just run. But like, if the boss wants to find you, the boss will fucking find you. So it's really cool doing the open world fights. Can you tell George R. Martin is a writer? My understanding is he created like the backstory of the lore, and then Miyazaki and gang did all the rest. Will this Q&A be uploaded to YouTube? Yes, this whole thing will be on YouTube when the stream's done. You change key bindings. I was on PS5, so I don't know, but probably. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. When in co-op, are there fog gates blocking areas? I didn't notice any, so I want to say no, but I haven't like confirmed that. You turn off messages and bloodstains and spirits. So I don't know if you can turn them off, but they did add this really cool thing now. So I'll just let the footage run. So there is you still have the password system, so we could all put on the password booty, and then we're only going to say people that have the password booty. But there is also now a group password you can put on. And so what that means is, let's say I made group password and it's just Cowboy. If everybody that's in the stream had Cowboy on as the password, they would still see, look at that, I love that fucking thing. They would still see like other signs and other bloodstains and all of that stuff, but anybody else that was in the Cowboy group, their stuff would show up more frequently. So like if we're doing, we could set up basically a community word at the start of Elden Ring, and then everyone that's in the community will be playing with each other more frequently than just fucking randos, which is super cool to me. What's the jump and interact button? Ooh, so this one's fucking rough. Are infusions locked to Ashes of War? They seem to be that way in the closed network test. I don't know if they're locked there, but you did do infusion via Ash of War. But so anyway, default was fucking weird, and this is part of why I got rid of my blind footage, because I spent like 20 minutes fucking with the controls to get them just right. Let me get out of this cave. It's dark as shit. You can't see anything. X is your jump button, and triangle is your interact button. And if you want to two-hand a weapon, you hold triangle and you tap L1 or you tap R1. I thought that felt really fucking weird, so I changed X back to be my interact button because X has always been interact. And so I hit X to interact, I hold X and tap R1 or L1 to two-hand a weapon, and then triangle is jump, which I think was what it was in Breath of the Wild, which I thought was weird there, but it feels even weirder to not have X be interact. So, I mean, you can customize the controls, though. You can, like, literally not, it's not like pick control scheme A, B, or C. It's like you go in and you say, I want jump to be this. I want attack to be this. You can customize all that shit, except I was not able to do, I didn't see an option to do run on L3. So running is claw grip, where you're fucking holding down circle to run. So that sucks. I would have liked L3 to run, but L3 crouches you now for stealth. I would have liked to you know, I don't know. Whatever. What can you do, right? If you'd even want to venture a guess, how many episodes are you feeling it'll take to finish the Let's Play? Oh God. I don't know. A fucking lot. Probably in the range of 100 or more. Is there a way to get into a game with a specific person? Yes, passwords. Is magic overpowered? Nah. Does running throughout the world consume stamina? Nah. So you can solo the entire game? Yes. Did you find the reused animations excessive or fresh? No, reused animations are just, that's standard. I mean, you're going to use a katana the same way you did in Dark Souls 1 and 2 and 3. That's just how games are built. You know, they don't make new animations for every fucking game because that would be stupid. Is magic OP like in Demon Souls? No. How does magic feel to you? Fun. I know it's early, but what is the funnest build? Probably Faith. Faith seems like it's going to be really fucking good. I plan on doing Faith. Is there still interconnectivity? Not the way you think. I mean, it's an open world, so everything, yes, everything is interconnected. Does the equip weight feel how high you can jump? I don't believe so. Do you think difficulty? Yes. Difficulty will be the same. Is there a character creator? Probably. I mean, there's not in the network test, but I'd assume there will be at launch. What ranged weapons? In the test, there was just like a bow and a crossbow, I think, but I'm assuming there's more. Any Sekiro-style parrying or Bloodborne-style visceral attacks? You have charge attacks now, and then you get criticals. So like getting the visceral in Bloodborne, it's a lot closer to that. But there aren't, like, it's not a visceral. You're still using your weapon. Does two-handing increase your strength still? Yes. Can use certain swords to parry? Yes. Any poison swampy areas? Not in the test. No hollowing mechanics? Yes, newbies can play it. How do weapon arts work with two of the same weapons equipped? Your weapon art will be active for whichever weapon is held with two hands. Or if you have both equipped, I'd assume your right hand weapon would activate. Is it fair to compare the open world to Breath of the Wild? Sure. How's fall damage looking? Non-existent. How many areas do you think in the game that you haven't seen? A lot. Any weight management like Bloodborne? No. Yes, you can fat roll. How long did it take you to explore Limgrave fully? I'm not 100%. I want to say like 15 to 20 hours. No, running doesn't fucking consume stamina. I answered you already. Do bows feel viable as a main weapon? I did not test, so I don't know. Penalties for dying, you drop your souls. Can you swim? No. Casting costs stamina. Maybe. I'm not sure. Let me go back to where I was casting in the world and we can find out. I think I was casting. Let's see. No, casting costs FP, not stamina. How do you feel it's going to run on the base PS4? Go look at Lance's footage. It's in the description. New evade mechanics, not in the network test. Does weapon art damage increase with soul level or weapon level? Weapon level, I believe. I didn't explicitly test that, but I should have. Yes, there's power stancing. Are you able to lure the dragon boss to the night boss and fight 2 bosses at the same time? No. So there's like a leash area. It's like kind of an invisible wall that the boss will stay in. And if you go too far, the boss will just fuck off. He'll be like, you know, you're not worth my time. He'll go back to where he was. Yes, it shows your location on the map. Which Dark Souls the combat resemble 3? Will your co-op buddy get kicked out? Yes. How much of the game is in the network test? The very beginning. Is blocking with your weapon more effective? No. Are there different horses? No, just the base one. How does summoning creatures work in multiplayer? It doesn't. Do you know if there are any upgrades for the horse? And none that we saw in the network test. Co-op range uses soul memory mechanic. It's closer to soul level mechanic. Peeve has the exact numbers, but invasions looked like they were like, I think it was like, I don't know. Peeve has the numbers. He was looking into that shit. I know you can invade somebody that is an infinitely higher level than you. At least you could in the network test. How long do you see melee build compared to magic? It depends on your Ashes of War. My first run was kind of dookie, and then my second run, the one that I recorded that's going up on the channel on Friday, I had a greatsword that absolutely claps everything's cheeks. Like, I'm talking like I could use one cast of it and completely buttfuck a boss. So, mini boss, dungeon boss. The dungeon bosses are kind of easy, so I don't know if they count. Just souls for currency or gold also? Yeah, souls are everything. There's no currency. There's no double currency like Sekiro. Well, they're called runes now. So you have runes, which are souls, and you have graces, which are bonfires, which is the most powerful build. That's impossible to know right now. How's character creation looking? There's just presets in the network test, no character creation. How many armor set pieces did you find in the network test? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 armor sets in the network test. How fast are item respawns? I didn't test that. I think they may, I don't know, they may respawn every time you fast travel, or it may be timed. Any Berserk references besides the entire game? Do you think you can complete the game with a multiplayer buddy? Yes. Do you think Spirit Summons will be OP? No. Is this Elden Ring you're showing now? Yes, this is Elden Ring we're showing now. All in all, will there be features or mechanics that were added to the game that you're dissatisfied with? No. I had an erection the entire time while I was playing. In fact, Viagra came to my house and they studied my dick as research for how to make erections last stronger and longer, and they just couldn't figure it out. I tried telling them it was Elden Ring, but they didn't understand what that meant. Anyway, all in all, it's easy to see similarities to Dark Souls and Sekiro. What is the biggest similarities to Bloodborne? Staggers, opening enemies up to criticals, dungeons that look exactly like Chalice dungeons. Bloodborne dashing is like a character application. I don't know how it works, but there is Bloodborne dashing in the game. Yeah, PvP feels good. I have a PvP video coming on Friday. When is the open to the public? It's not. You had to get an invite. Do enemies not respawn? They do if you rested. If you rest at any grace, enemies respawn. Pretty much everything except for a boss will respawn when you rest at a grace. Horseboat breaks the church. Yeah, you can hop on top of the broken church with your horse if you feel like it. You can do some funny shit with the horse, because you can see how far I'm getting from the dragon right now. The person that was asking about world bosses. So here's the dragon, and you can see just watch how long the health bar lasts. How many hours do you see yourself putting? An infinite amount. What do they bring over from Sekiro besides sneak? The sneak, the jump, and that's it. No, cat, I'm not feeding you right now. How's the fashion? It's pretty good. Do you think we'll know the last boss will be? You'll know. It's very clear what's open world and what's story progress. Let's see. Anything you notice they'll be nerfed immediately? Beast Claw. Beast Claw will get nerfed immediately. Do you think the game will have a long playthrough? Yeah, obviously. Can you Skull Knight or Skyrim horse up a mountain? Not quite. You can Skyrim jump a little bit. But like if it's too steep, it's just too steep. You drop items, yes. Is Stormvale Castle really interconnected or sprawling, or is it simple? It's pretty vast. I mean, even when you approach it, you can either go up the front or you can go around the side, which are two very different experiences. But you can't go very far in. The network test kind of ends after you kill the boss before Stormvale. I mean, it doesn't actually end, but that's like the network test boss. And then after that, you can tackle both sides of Stormvale if you want, but ultimately you're met with doors that are just like, come back and play more later, which is sad, but you know, it is what it is. Where were the spirits in the network test? I didn't see any. You use any in the video? Did I not use them in the video? There's the summoning video tomorrow shows all of them. So, well, not tomorrow, but Friday. Friday, I'll show you all the summons in a video. Which character category? Prophet. Prophet is the most powerful right now. I feel like the game will be 100+ hours base game. Yes. Can you do jumping L1 while power stancing? Yes. I think breaking environment will heal hidden items? Probably. A torch is needed at night or in extremely dark areas. I don't know about at night, but in dark areas, yes, it gets fucking dark. Please talk about the co-op experience. It's fun. You're just running around in the world with a friend and doing shit. Is it better to fight on a horse or on foot? It depends. If you're fighting something else that's on a horse, it's kind of hard to dodge or keep up with it if you're not on your horse. I tried fighting a few things that were mounted while I was unmounted, and it's pretty rough. Like, you have to have really good timing. No covenants in the network test. There probably will be in the main game. You have to farm certain bosses of dungeons to get gear. It's 100% drop stuff. Well, at least for weapons and shit. There may be upgrade mats, but it's not like Chalice dungeons where bosses are farmable. So you don't need to worry about that. Do you think they'll tweak spirits? No, spirits are fine. Your summon friend disappear after killing a boss. Yes. Are there boss weapons? Not in the network test. Was it running out of steady? I thought it was fine. FP does not regen naturally. FP has never regen naturally in any Souls game. Does weapon stance work like Dark Souls 2? No, it works closer to... It's like Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 2 mixed. Base combat good. Yeah, I mean, it's what you'd expect. You repeatedly parry enemy attacks like Sekiro. Is it a Souls block system? It is closer to a block system from Souls. This is Lance's footage, so this is PS4 footage for those curious. How long were the loading times? Pretty fast. But yeah, so there weren't any boss weapons in the network test. I'd assume there will be at launch. But there's lots of cool stuff. Some of these questions make me question people's IQ. Does the area balls have to be alive for you to summon friends? No. That thing all right there. Lance has the slam-a-jam. Watch this. Boom! That thing fucks stuff up. It is a super cool spell. Super cool spell. Bloodborne sidestep is like an ability. You have to unlock it. This is a Chalice dungeon boss. Thing's fucking weird. Very awkward to fight. He has all kinds of cool shit going on in his footage. I think this is that from the test? Anyway. Do you keep your stats for the network test? Yes. At least we did. Anything you can tell us about unique weapons like the one you found in the video? There's a unique katana and then this great sword. We found those. They were both really strong. Unique weapons seem to be really good. How do you replenish FP with a flask? I wonder if PS4 is screaming at this game. I mean, you can see him playing on PS4. It looks like it's pretty smooth. The whole game is very heavy Gaelic vibes. Yes, it does. Are PS4 players going to be able to play with PS5 players? Probably. What does Bloodstain do? Same thing they always have. Are there any random encounters with NPCs, bosses, or mobs out in the world? Yes, bosses and mobs. I found NPCs out in the world, but I wouldn't say they're random encounters. I mean, nothing seems random. Like stuff isn't artificially generated. When you find enemies out in the world, they are just out in the world. They are going to be there for every playthrough. It's not like, oh, randomly I found Tree Sentinel. Oh, cool, I found a dragon there. Like, you're going to find the same shit as your friend in the same areas. Do you recommend focusing on one class or try out a few? Probably focus on one. There's a lot to get through in the test. Like, you won't get through everything in the network test. So pick one character and just go ham. Do you know if there's a limit to co-op play? 4 players per game for the network test. I don't know if it's going to be higher at launch. Are side quests as engaging as the main storyline? No idea. That shit wasn't in the network test. Is there a hub, a Firelink shrine? I don't believe there's a hub now. I don't think there's a hub at all. I think there might be like small towns that have like lots of merchants or something, but that's not in the network test. Are there any secret locations not displayed on the map? There's some like cool shit you can find that doesn't have map icons, but dungeons have map icons after you discover them. Good density, yes, good density. Do you need some items for multiplayer? Yes. You'll get all that shit for free in the network test. Any weapons, new miracles, obviously. Lots of stuff. Let's see. How long is day and night cycles? I didn't measure the time differences, but they're pretty long. Is the crafting deep? It's pretty simple. It's like, you want to make arrows, you're going to need, you know, flint and animal bones and to thin animal bones. You get, like, it's very simple stuff. Like, oh, you need 1, 2, 3 to make this, and then you make it. What's the biggest boy strength weapon you found? The great sword you saw him spinning around earlier was probably the best thing so far in the game. Does faith or magic trump melee? Nah, you can clap cheeks with certain weapons. Can player crafted items be traded? I don't know. I didn't test that. Respecking is a thing. Probably. There wasn't any in the network test. Parrying is more like Dark Souls than Sekiro. There a PvP arena? Not in the network test. There might be in the main game. Is the dragon head spell faith-based incantation? Yes. Yes, all of the dragon magic is the faith-based. And I say all of the dragon magic because there's 2 dragon spells in the network test, if you can find the second one. Can you craft summon fingers? Maybe. So you find recipes in the world that expand your crafting repertoire. We couldn't craft them in the world normally, but you might be able to in the full game. So great weapons, yeah. Be able to grasp onto the story. Is it so ambiguous story? No, it's very ambiguous. I mean, the start of the story that we get is the network test. Like, we get almost nothing. The story, watch this shit's funny. Crab ambush. Those things killed me so many fucking times, dude. The story is like, basically you are a maidenless Tarnished. You start going through the game. You find a maiden. She says, I can help you level up. And then you go up to the castle, and the dude is like, you're seeking the Elden Ring. I will put you in your place. And then you have to beat him. And then he's like, wait for the night, I will return. And that's about it. So it's as fucking obscure as you would expect for any soul story. Do the enemies have a number of respawns? No, they keep respawning. Bosses are not random. Elden Ring features a central hub that leads to the 6 main areas, but according to Miyazaki, the central hub is not available at the start, but at a later point of the game through progression. Nice. What has been your favorite moment so far? I don't know. Probably, maybe when the horse guy broke the wall and came after me in the church, that made me like shit some bricks. Are there enemy variations in day-night cycles? I didn't notice any in the network test, but I think there will be in the game, because you can forcibly change time. You can go to any grace and select the time of day, whether you want like morning, afternoon, or night. And so it doesn't make sense to me that you could do that if there aren't going to be world differences at different times of day. Do you think there will be a possible future of group-reliant dungeons? No, if you're looking for raid content, that ain't going to be here. Dude, why were you streaming on YouTube at the same time as me? The fuck, Cowboy? I'm sorry, dog. I mean, I had the rest of the day off. I know this is the EU time. You should have done it earlier while I was working, Brewery. It's your fault. You decided to stream all late and shit. This is America time. America time right now. think the Black Knight only appears at night. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, he was badass. Moonlight will probably be in the game. Was the dragon fight good, comparable to Midir? He wasn't as hard as Midir, but the dragon was challenging. Like, if you weren't paying attention, you would get fucked up. Is Chris Pratt in the game? Yeah, he voices the dungeon boss. Can you revive bosses? I don't believe so. We couldn't in the network test, at least, maybe in the full game. What happens when your horse dies? You need to use an Estus flask to resummon it. Have you seen the Wolfman? Yes, I saw the Wolfman. Do you think Patches will make a return? So there's already an NPC we meet at the very start of the game, and I think he's the new Patches. Because you meet him, and he's like, oh, but here you are, a maidenless whelp with nothing to do. Go crawl in a ditch and die. And I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the new Patches, because the guy's a dick. And we weren't allowed to show off killing NPCs, but I killed him. And he's like, how dare you? Don't you know who I am, you little whelp? And so I think he comes back. There you go. That's PS4 stuff from Lance right there. 14-second load. It'll be a blacksmith. Probably, but you can do blacksmith shit anytime. Like, you just got to go to a blacksmithing area and you can do it. No progress, don't carry over. Why do you think this game was delayed? My guess is polish. Like, there's a couple things. So, like, right now, like, look at the UI. I personally think the UI is very plain. You know, compared to like a Dark Souls UI. Let me get up a Dark Souls video. Here we go. There we go. Pull up this. Come on, where's my Dark Souls UI? So looking at a Dark Souls, well, no, I guess the Dark Souls UI is almost the same here. Because looking at that, it's just like 3 little lines, and that's 3 little lines. I don't know. It looks like there's a little bit of like stroke almost here. Like, it's a little bit thicker. Whereas right here, it just looks kind of skinny. So I don't know. My guess is that there is a lot of just little polish type stuff that they want to do for the game. A lot of it with the delay is probably them just testing stuff. Because, I mean, there's so much going on with the open world with, you know, new weapons and moving the weapon arts between weapons and all that shit, that my guess is going to be that they are trying to make sure everything works. You think this will be better than Dark Souls 3? Fucking easy, dude. Easy. This is hands down. This is the magnum opus of From Software. You have to jump off cliffs for no fall damage. No, don't spam that much, or I'm not going to answer your questions. How large is the game? Size-wise, I don't remember. I want to say it was like 54. I think they already like put it on Xbox. It was like 54 gigs or something. I don't know. It was pretty big. You summon horse while you're falling to avoid fall damage. No. Also, you can't. So the horse has a double jump. If you try to jump off a cliff and then do your double jump right before you hit the ground, you don't negate fall damage. You still die. Do you think this will be the best Souls game? Yes, hands down. Think it's possible to make a build revolving around summons? No, because you literally get 1 summon per bonfire. So once your summon dies, your build is you fiddling with your dick until something kills you. Did you play with Max? No, I didn't even know Max had access. I have been in a Discord server with all the Souls guys. Like me, Pineapple, Lance, Oro, Peef, Prod, Rurikon, Sunlight Blade, Vadi, Yumfa, all the Souls guys have been in a Discord. So anybody that's not a Souls dude, I just didn't really talk to him. I talked to Maddie a little bit, but I didn't talk to like any of the other non-Souls people that played. Any arcane builds? Probably not. Arcane seems to be like a supplementary stat. Are there any pyromancies? Yeah, we have Fireball, we have Crazy, flame eye thing, and we have combustion in the base game, in the network test. Why don't you think summons are a concern? They distract the boss for a large portion of the fight because they get instantly butt-fucked. Look at this. Look at what this thing is doing to the summons. And he has 5 of these little guys. He managed to get 1 critical attack on this. And this is a land octopus. This isn't even a boss. The bosses will absolutely fuck your summons in the ass. You get maybe 15 seconds. So if you can kill a boss in 15 seconds, you didn't need the summons in the first place. The summons are literally distractions. Please give an honest opinion. How different is this from the Dark Souls games? Please go watch my overview video. That's not the kind of question I can answer in like half a second. Cast spells while jumping? No, I don't think so. Any lasting elements from Dark Souls 2? We have power stancing. Is arcane luck with extras? Arcane seems to be a supplementary stat that you need for certain spells, and it also involves resistances because there's like instant death and stuff that can be cast. Jellyfish Boy will carry us to victory. Jellyfish Boy was pretty dope. I liked Jellyfish Boy a lot. Will the builds be the same? Different? Are we gonna get a drunk through? Probably not. I don't do those anymore. Any lightning miracles you liked? We didn't have any in the network test. Do you like having a map? I fucking love it. I went back to play. I was playing that Dark Souls 3 mod after the Elden Ring Network test, and I was instinctively trying to open a map that I didn't have. I wanted it back. I wanted it back so much. Do you like having a map before seeing? You need to find map fragments. You can't see everything that's on your map. You need to go and find actual like fragments to unveil the map, to show that off. Like the map's just, it's covered. And that Peeve almost killed a host by shooting a little pebble into Horseboy's shield. So like the other thing, he shot a pebble into Horseboy and then Horseboy reflected it on the host. That's pretty funny. Is Poise broken? Poise feels roughly the same as Dark Souls 3, maybe a little bit better. How many bosses do you think? Over 100. Easy. Difficulty comparisons, the same. Any NPC invasions? Yes. How's customization changed? A bunch. What was the coolest weapon art you saw? The Slam Jam that we were doing earlier. Is that 30 FPS for current gen? That 30 FPS was for baseline PS4. Like launch PS4. Do you think this will be hardest of these Souls games? No clue. What has been your favorite enemy design so far? I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff. Closer to Sekiro or Souls? Souls. If you can jump, can you get easy plunging attacks, or do you need to fall? So you can just jump and do a plunging attack, but it's not going to one-shot like plunging attacks used to. I mean, Pumpkin Boy, for aesthetics, Pumpkin Boy gets the win. Pumpkinhead is a really cool boss. How are the player models? They're good, I guess. Let's say they're about the same. Is there a final UI? No idea. Is there a cap on inventory limit? I do not know. Probably, though. Any boss that gave you trouble? Yeah, a couple bosses. When will we be allowed to play Elden Ring again? Friday, network test. Is necromancy viable? Saw skeletons. I don't know about necromancy, but there's like holy cleansing shit that'll fucking melt skellies, which is really cool. And skellies keep coming back, like Dark Souls 1. Like you need like something that's blessed or whatnot to kill them. Otherwise, they just keep coming back. Is counter damage a thing, or did they remove it? Yes, counter damage is a thing. Oh, you mean like counterattack damage? Yeah, yes. You feel the world feels alive. It's alive, yes. I mean, here's the gameplay can we expect? Hundreds. Only played Sekiro. When you prepare one for this, I'm going to try. Can you fat roll? Yes. You can also get heavy enough to where you can't move at all. Would you recommend a magic build? I recommend whatever makes your PP hard. Are you stoked the magic is more powerful? I don't know if it's more powerful, but it's cool. Is this the longest FromSoft? Easy. How's world design? It's good. How much does armor matter? About the same as it has in other games. I mean, it's okay. Can you parry bosses? Some, not all. Can you change mount? No. Best armor you found? Probably the Ordovitz armor. Anything you would change at this point? Yeah, Nerf Beast Claw. and buff sorceries. Is casting faster? Casting is based on your dexterity, so it's I don't know. It all depends. Can you upgrade armor? Yes. Can every build utilize summons? Yes. Enemy scale with your level? No idea. I don't think so. Any luck stat for drops? No. Storyline very good? No, it's still obscure and soulsy. How good are the ranged weapons? Do you think ranged weapons will be viable? Sure. First glance, I could say this is closest to Dark Souls 3 over any other Souls game. Yeah. How do you contain the hype? I just bundle it up and then I sell it like bathwater on eBay. Will you stream or make videos at launch? Will you make a walkthrough as well? That I'm still figuring out. I feel like I'm probably going to do probably a blind let's play and then start streaming walkthrough prep and then walkthrough videos. That's probably going to be the order of stuff that I do. Let's go here. You customize, upgrade a horse. You couldn't in the network test. There was just one horse. His name's Torrent. That was it. Ride him, go places with him, be his friend. Did you get any chance to go through game item lore? Does they need lore connection to Dark Souls? It's impossible to tell with only the network test. There's not enough like stuff in the game. Can you warp to points of grace? Yes. How many types of magic ranged arrow attacks? In the demo, we have a regular one. We have a homing one that shoots 3. We have one that shoots out a little arc. So there's 3. There will probably be a Havel type dude. You play all the classes? I don't know. The pyromancy, yes. What do you normally play on? I have everything. I'm probably going to play on either PlayStation or PC. I might play on PC just so I can use my button to sprint and I don't got a claw grip. Your walkthrough be harder? I don't know. How's the map and using icons on it? It's pretty easy. I thought it felt good. I really like the design of the map too. The map's very pretty. What are those giant things hauling the cart? Do you fight them? They seem pretty passive. Yes, you can fight them. Yes, I'd suggest killing them and trying to get the treasures that are on the cart. There's also some in the open world you can fight. Blocking with weapons viable? Not any more than regular Souls games. I mean, a greatsword isn't a shield. It never will be. A katana is not a shield. What's upgrade material called? Believe it was... I don't remember. I want to say runes, but that's the currency name. I don't remember, but you can find some in the game. Can use Ash of War with any weapon when equipped in the left hand. Can you use Ash of War with any weapons when equipped in the left hand other than a shield? So, smithing shard. Thank you, Ray. So the way it works is like if I have a sword and a shield and I press L2, it's going to use either pair. It's going to use that shield's Ash of War or that shield's weapon art. So either the weapon art or parry. If I want to use the swords, I need to two-hand, use the sword, and then go back to sword and shield. Any reference to Berserk besides the entire game? Like literally, the whole fucking thing is a giant Berserk reference. I heard there's perfect guard. No, there's no perfect guard. There's parries and there's counterattacks and there's stagger breaks. Perfect guarding is not a thing. You can do a super kick if you have an empty hand. You think that will be removed? Probably not. How long does it take the Phantom Finger to activate? It's like less than a second. It's very fast. It activates very fast. Coolest enemy encountered? Put chat in slow mode. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Let me go to slow mode here. I don't know how to go slow mode. How do I do slow mode? Let's see, slow 30. Will that work? I don't know how to. I don't know if I can do slow mode on YouTube. If you have Ordovit's greatsword on left hand, it won't let you use its weapons art unless you two-hand it. Yeah, well, I mean, like one-handers, like shields. But yeah, most weapons you need to two-hand them to do their weapon art. Different weather. Yes, there's dynamic weather and day and night cycles. Is the whole map accessible from the start? Yeah, bro, they're giving you the full fucking game for the network test. Come on. And you encounter some NPC side quests. Not quite side quests, but there was NPC stuff. You break down gear for materials. I don't believe so. You can sell it, though. Are staggering enemies for free ripostes too OP? No, because you need to stagger them without dying. Any thoughts on the custom potion? It's badass. I really like the custom potion thing. Coolest monster encounter besides the dragon. Let's give it to Pumpkinhead. Overall impression makes my PP hard. Do sorcery still requires staves? Yes. Was there a boat anywhere for water traversal? Not in the network test, but there was like a cave that went under the water. As you test many weapons, all of them, which was most viable, the unique katana, the unique greatsword, and I liked the twin blade probably the most. But his character creation, non-existent. That's the network test, that's presets. How accessible is the game to newer players? Same as any other Souls game. Weapon durability, and if so, does it auto-fix at grace sites? I did not notice weapon durability. Rory, did you notice weapon durability? Is the Wolfman friend or foe? There's a Wolfman boss. How many classes of magic? Two schools with like 6 or 7 subtypes. I'm having a gaming burnout, but I want to enjoy this. Should I stop playing games until it comes out? That's up to you, my guy. What kind of builds do you think will have a limitless number? What do you use to cast incantations with? You have like sacred chime things. Can you craft boss weapons? Probably at launch, not in the network test. The map is all uncovered from the beginning. No, you need to find the map. Will you stream the whole network test? Yes, when it's out. Any enemies force you to use jumps instead of dodges like Sekiro? No, but you can jump to dodge shit if you want. Have you ever played Dark Souls, Cowboy? Thank you. Thank you for helping me keep my sanity with questions like that. What about gear storage? Yes, the thing. Is there dual knives? Probably. How long will it take for us to finish the whole game? A long time. So do we beat mini bosses to get summons? Pumpkinhead isn't a summon in the gameplay, but my God, they seem to all be found throughout the world. Has anyone asked, should I buy this question yet? No, thank God. Any diversity when it comes to mounts? No, you get 1 mount. Be happy with it. Can you craft boss weapons? I don't know. Can we pause Elden Ring? No, you cannot. Is there Iron Flesh not in the test? Best dungeon so far? There's like this Bloodborne-esque dungeon that I liked a lot. How similar is the game to Super Mario? Very similar. In both games, you jump on enemies' heads. Can you pick up ground items while on your horse? Yes, you can. Is button layout going to be the same? You can customize it. Your strikes hurt your summons. No. Overall, closer to Sekiro or Dark Souls? Bro, watch the fucking video. Like, come on. Does this look like Sekiro to you, or does it look like Dark Souls? You've asked that question like 50 fucking times, man. Like, come on. Clearly, it looks like fucking Dark Souls. Who's got higher waifu potential, the dragon or Grace Maiden? Grace Maiden is fucking peak waifu. Is the Bloodborne dodge? We think it's not tied to equipment load. My guess is it's going to be either a custom potion or possibly a weapon art. Someone compared it to Breath of the Wild in terms of exploration. You agree? No, Breath of the Wild has always felt kind of empty to me. I feel like you just wander around. This feels closer to like Dragon's Dogma. There's some Breath of the Wild stuff, but yeah, I don't feel it's that close to Breath in terms of the exploration. How much storage space? Can you take the treasure without killing the enemies? No, you got to kill the guys that are dragging it to get the treasure. You do interesting builds? Probably. Any goofy looking armor? Yeah. What? You didn't see me with my my fucking this is my Burger King. I am the Burger King, bro. Look at my fucking mask. Except instead of having it your way, I shove this katana down your pee hole. Like of course there's goofy shit. It's Dark Souls. There's all kinds of goofy shit, man. Can you two-hand weapon? What? Yes, man, some of these questions, yo. Some of y'all need to like fucking think. Is there hollowing or a similar effect? No. Are there enough things to do? Yes. I'd be eternally grateful if you could introduce me to currency. They're called runes. Build videos are coming back. I don't know if it's been asked, but it's the point down emote. So it's not in the network test, but there is a new like edgy emote that I show off in the PvP video. There's like, you get one emote from invading and then one from winning a duel. I think one of them might be the new point down. It's like this edgy where it's like you clean your katana or whatever. I don't know, but we didn't find point down, so I hope it's still in. $5 question. You think it's worth getting on the PS4? Watch Lance's footage. He's linked in the description. He shows PS4 performance. I would suggest watching that video and making your decision, but this is absolutely going to be the game of the year, so I wouldn't personally miss it. I'll say this, it's not a fucking Cyberpunk situation where the PS4 is going to shit its pants trying to play the game. You're not getting fucking 4K 60 FPS, obviously, but you shouldn't be expecting that on PS4. You don't need to repair weapons. New waifu is adorable. She actually kind of looks like one of my exes, so I'm like, been looking good, girl. So you've been helping them Tarnished. You need to repair your weapons. Oh no, that's that question. I already asked that. Can you die without being killed? I mean, like, yeah, gravity. Mention a phantom finger for invaders in the overview video. Is that once per invasion? In the network test, you get 10 per invasion. I don't know what it'll be in the full game. How many alternate routes, like shown in the gameplay preview? A lot. Advice for players who never played Souls games. Just play something you're going to enjoy. Don't feel like you have to do a certain build. Yes, it still feels like Dark Souls. It doesn't feel like a Skyrim or anything weird. Can you jump off your horse after double jumping to get some extra distance? Yes, but you won't get much distance. The double jump from the horse is going to get you more distance because you'd fall really fast. Co-op time does not seem to be limited. No world tendency. Rory, do you know if we had killed the dragon together, would that have unsummoned you, or is it only main and dungeon bosses? Yes, guts build possible. Is the full walkthrough ready? Yeah, bro. I made the full walkthrough from the network test. You can basically craft your own custom Estus. Yes, but you only get one. So, you know, you get one. I think it unsummons you. Yeah, so pretty much any boss in the game is going to unsummon you. Is your gameplay from this is not my gameplay. This is the generic FromSoft PC gameplay. My gameplay was from the PS5. Is it easy to cheese a world boss, like jumping somewhere high and spamming projectiles until the world boss decides to jump up there and shove a pole arm up your ass? So yeah, good luck with that. Does the way the story is told feel different? No, it's the exact same. What's the difference between the Enchanted Knight and Prophet? The Prophet is like the cleric. The Enchanted Knight is like a spell sword. What healing items are there? Estus, and then you can make little consumable healing potions if you get shit in the world. Can you explain what's the box left of the health bar? I'll need to wait till the UI shows up again to explain that. Let me find him. Yeah, there's no UI in this footage. Let's see. Left. Oh, that's like your Covenant box. It's the same as Dark Souls 3. So ray tracing on PC, yes. There is. No question, just love your stuff. Appreciate that. The game will be harder. No, you believe archery will have a real presence. I didn't test archery enough, but I have heard Pineapple said supposedly it will be. He messed around with more goofy shit like that. I did not. To replenish your flask by killing enemies. So it's interesting now. In the open world, there are enemy groups. Like, let's say you find an encampment that has like a raider and 3 dudes by a campfire. If you kill those 4 dudes, you'll get some flask replenishment. And this happens in the open world in general. So depending on, you know, the harder the group of enemies that you killed, the more flasks you get, which is really interesting to me. Did you kill any NPCs? Yes. No, they didn't drop anything. Anyone in your fam super stoked? Bro, I have a wife that doesn't play games and a 1-year-old son. So no one else in my family is super stoked for Elden Ring. I am super stoked for Elden Ring. I'm sure if my kid was old enough to play games, he might be stoked. Does the game feel easier? No, the game is not any easier. If you get fucked in Dark Souls because you're bad, Elden Ring is gonna fuck you. Just because there's summons doesn't mean that you are good or that you're going to beat the game. This is a Souls game. Through and through. This is a fucking Souls game. It will fuck you. The way Bloodborne fucked you, the way Dark Souls fucked you, the way Sekiro fucked you. Summons do not make it easier. Fucking your magical jellyfish is gonna help. It's not an I win button. People keep looking. I don't know why people assume it's like, yeah, it looks like it's gonna be easy. No, it's not. I'm gonna laugh because you're gonna get fucked up and look like an idiot after calling it easy. There is absolutely nothing that is gonna be easy about it. It's literally a fucking Souls game. The first boss beat my ass for like 20 minutes. Like, why do people keep, looks like, is it gonna be too easy? Like, what? The fuck? You're gonna rage quit and then have to call in like 2 people to carry you because you suck and you're wondering if it's gonna be easy? Like, fuck, man. No, it's a Souls game. Since when have Souls games ever been fucking easy? Do you think Miyazaki added an easy mode? Fuck no. Do you have a least favorite character preset? Yeah, the warrior is kind of vanilla. You level up summons similar to Neo Guardian spirits. No, you cannot. So far, we saw this pretty grassy world. Did you encounter creepy locations? Yeah, there's like catacombs and caves and shit you go through. So yeah, the summons are once per area. The summons are once per bonfire rest. There's a story playing to Dark Souls. I don't know. IQs are low and monkey mentality makes it so more friends, bigger stonks. Oh god. Can you change the difficulty? Yeah, it's called summon 2 friends and have them carry you. It's Fugs in the game. Not in the network test, it's not. I hope it's in launch. I would love it if Fugs was in the game, bro. I want to play with Fugs. Can you craft boss weapons? It's a network test. No, y'all got to realize we had a very limited snippet. Everything that I've experienced is what you're going to get to experience Friday. So a lot of these questions, like, can we craft boss weapons? Is there a Fu Manchu greatsword? How in depth are the NPC quest lines? Like, y'all got to understand, it's a network test. I don't have these fucking answers. I mean, it's like the same as the Dark Souls network test. When we did like the high wall and we killed Vort and that was it. That's what we have here. This is the equivalent of like the high wall and Vort and that's it. So how does the hub look? Does the hub implement Christmas settings around the holiday? Like, I have no fucking idea, bro. If you have a mechanical question or a question about how something works in the game, I can answer it. But all this like, shit that's super in-depth that there's no fucking way to know when I've only played the starter zone. No, I don't have an answer. What's the video schedule for Friday? So Friday actually starts with Shin Megami Tensei at midnight Pacific time, and then Elden Ring at 3 a.m. Pacific, 4 a.m. Pacific, 5 a.m. Pacific, 5 a.m. Pacific. There's also a Dark Souls episode. I might push that back to later in the day. More Elden Ring at 8, more Elden Ring at 9, and then after Elden Ring at 9, we'll do Dark Souls at like noon on that Friday. just so it doesn't get lost in the mix. Like Elden Ring Day. Will it be cross-platform? I do not know. How does stealth incorporate the game itself or gameplay? I mean, you just walk out. You could stealth up and backstab stuff. That's about it. It's not like Sekiro stealth. I mean, it kind of is, but not exactly the same. Power stancing doesn't have any weird requirements. As long as you can equip both weapons, you're good. It tells anything about blood magic. There's one blood magic spell in the network test, and it costs FP, and it takes away some of your health, and it does damage, but it's not very good. I didn't think it was good at all. There might be some better ones. Are pyromancy still int faith? Pyromancies are just straight faith now. This is a pyromancy. It's a fireball. But not only is it a fireball, I can charge it to make a bigger fireball. How many weapons? Infinite amount. Are you playing Nightfall? I don't know. Maybe. Elden Ring Christmas tree. When? Turn off the compass. Probably. I didn't check for that as a setting though. The parry feel good? It's literally the exact same parry as Dark Souls. Minimal system requirements. I do not know. I am not Google. Are the dungeons like shrines in Breath of the Wild? They're not puzzly like that, but I guess that's similar. Any stealth combat besides crouching and sleep arrows? I mean, backstabs, I guess that's a stealth thing. Let's see this question. After playing, is it worth a pre-order? Fuck yeah, dude. This game's gonna be fantastic. FP replenish other than flask. Your custom flask can replenish FP, your one use. Otherwise, it's Estus flasks, and that's it. Co-op anytime without boss, yes. Are the dungeons all as short as the one in your gameplay preview? No, that's literally like the very first dungeon. It's super fucking tiny. Every single other dungeon is more in depth than that one. Any reference to Bloodborne Chalice dungeons? Yes. Any idea about recommended specs? Please use Google. They've been released already. How's the dungeons? They're really good. You'll see some dungeons in the Friday video. That's just like an hour of open world play. I go through a bunch. Some of the dungeons are pretty straightforward. Some of them are kind of mazy, but they're pretty fun. You mentioned there being a catacombs, and when you say that, I think of something like Paris catacombs. Is there a large underground area? Not in the network test. Just small ones, just the small little dungeons. Boss enemy HP get bigger if you have a friend summoned. I didn't test that, but probably. Different enemies are harder. Difficulty conditions during nighttime. Unique enemies, yes. How long will you be streaming? Probably wrapping up soon, because I did want to do more Jurassic World today. I only planned on doing this for like an hour, and it was just like boop, 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 and it burned through really fast. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up in like eight minutes. We're gonna do eight minutes. 8 minutes, we're gonna wrap it up. And just because there's like a billion people, last 5 minutes, we're just gonna do like members only chat, so that members get their questions answered. How does climate affect players? I don't know if it does. Summoning the same as Dark Souls 3? No, it's way better. We talked about it earlier in the stream. You're gonna do a 100% walkthrough? I'm gonna do a platinum walkthrough. I don't think 100% walkthrough is possible with this game. At least not in any decent amount of time. It would take me like 6 months of playing nonstop to craft a 100% walkthrough. What are the status effects? Poison, rot, which is similar to poison, bleed, which is a big chunk of health, frostbite, which increases the damage you're gonna take. Frostbite's super fucking good now. And then death, as in like instant death, like petrification. I think that's all of them. Snow area or only lightning and rain? In the network test, it's either sunny, lightning, rainy, or stormy. There's no snow in the network test. We have the horse direct at the beginning. No, you gotta get it. Does night have a completely different vibe? No, I mean it's night. There's some unique stuff out. There's some more undead out probably, but you know, it's not like crazy different or anything. Can you parry people on a horse? I haven't tried. I know there's some unique horse stuff you can do, like with a lance you can ride in and pierce people on the horse, but I don't know anything about parrying on a horse. No, you can't swim. The boss you fight drop any item? Not in the network test, he didn't. Yes, the horse can die. You'll have to replenish it. Any cool faith weapons? There's a unique Dex Faith Katana you can get in the network test that does lightning and frostbite. It's super fucking good. You can craft a ton of little things. Crafting is like all consumables. Like your throwing knives, potions, arrows, all that shit is craftable. So anything that's like that is craftable. Go to oh, there is a slow mode. I found it. All right, last 5 minutes here. So we're kicking on member only mode. Make sure the members get their questions answered. But yeah, it was really good, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm looking for. I'll be playing more Friday when the network test goes live. If you backstab while in stealth, does it take you out of stealth? Yes. If you backstab out and if you backstab something, it's going to pop you out of stealth, and that's it. You know, that's your backstab. So you use that, you're fine. How would you rate the music so far? It's pretty good. I mean, it's what you'd expect for Souls music. There's just like, you know, heavy boss tones and that orchestra. It's the same like heavy orchestra music that you would expect from a Souls game. I think it's good. I mean, you know, it's hard to fuck up Souls music. They just know what they're doing. They have a great composition team when it comes to doing music. So, oh man, this has been a lot of talking. I feel like I need to like go get a water or something. What's going on? My chat's not working. I can't see questions. Hang on a second. Let me pull up stream elsewhere so that I can see all the questions. Yes. There we go. All right, I got it. Would you recommend a strength build or a duo build with summons? I don't know what a duo build is. You'd have to elaborate. What do you think is going to be the defining moment for Elden Ring's gameplay? I mean, that's such like a loaded question. It's hard to really answer. Was there status effects besides bleed, poison, toxic? We just went through that like a minute ago. I'll just rewind some. Do you think spirit summons are overpowered? No, not at all. No, there's no pausing. Pausing is not a you can't pause in the game. There's nothing like Sekiro where you pause. Jack, stop. If you open up your map, you get, you know, stuff will kill you if you're not out of combat. Did you play as a warrior? I tried all the classes for the network test. They're all pretty fun. I think the faith class was the most fun, and besides that, I kind of liked the bloody wolf a lot. That was pretty fun. You think you need more time to play? Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to know what the defining moment of a game is when I've only played, you know, the very start network test. Going strength with ultra greatsword and summons for support, or pure strength build and just tank it. I mean, I don't know. That's just a question of if you want to play solo or co-op. Those are two very different things. Do you still have to bump up int for spell slots? So spell slots, we don't know. It wasn't shown directly in the network test. I think spell slots may be related to the mind stat, but I'm not 100% certain on it, and it's not detailed. So it might have to do with leveling up. It might be your mind stat. We just didn't know in the network test. There's only 5 classes. Yes, this is a network test, guys. It's a demo. It's a fucking demo. It's not. You're not getting full character creation. You're not seeing the real start of the game. This is the same shit if you went to PAX or E3 and you waited in line and then you got to play for 15 minutes. It's a snippet, cut out, copy paste experience. You're not getting the full game here, obviously. So no, you're not going to have in-depth customization options and custom, like you play with what you're given. You get a limited amount of time. Yes, the warrior is a dex build in this game. If you want Zug is the champion class. Bloody Wolf is like quality. think that's it. Anyway, we're wrapping things up here. I said we were going to wrap up at an hour and a half. I plan on doing more Jurassic Park later. I know that's not Elden Ring. But if you want to see Jurassic Park, that's going to happen. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap things up here. More Elden Ring videos will be coming Friday. And then we will stream the network test on Friday night. So, closing things out now. Adios. Catch y'all soon.